Alright. Hey guys, I'm starting the stream just a little earlier than I normally would today because of the information that has shown up, as you can see. Now, it's going to be a little weird because I can't have my chat up on my main screen while I'm showing it off because that would just be weird. So I'm going to be glancing to the side to look at the chat as I do this, at least until I switch to game view. So, now, just to talk about this stuff. So on top of getting the new 2 event suits, we're also getting the revivals for the Freedom and the Justice. It's safe to assume we're going to see revivals for the rest of the machines over the course of the rest of this month. August just started, seems like a safe bet. Now, the big one here is this last announcement where it talks about, the whole, AI pilot step-up banner and the guaranteed. Now, just to talk about this here, I've seen some people asking if it's going to be worth rolling for this. Here's the thing you got to remember. Right now, there's no guarantee for rolling on pilots. No guarantee at all. Unlike parts where you can get the medals and stuff like that, and whatnot. But pilots don't have that blessing. So we finally not only get an AI exchange ticket, meaning we should see them more often, but for the price of 3 step-up rolls, which is probably going to be 1,500 each, so 4,500 Haro total, you get to pick a pilot of your choice. I would say that's worth it. Because if you think about it, if you do 3 10 rolls, even when the pilot's on rate up, you're most likely not going to get them. So I think this is very nice if you're missing a very specific pilot, you need to finish a build or something like that. Obviously, do it within reason, because chances are we will see more of the exchange ticket fragments for AI, or at least, AI exchange tickets in general in the game. So anyways, the other 2 announcement banners that came out, we have the skill hack mode, which is the new Inferno missions. And I'm assuming those are going to be, instead of infighter, outfighter, defender, we're probably going to see like supporter, long shooter, mid shooter kind of thing. Then we have the awakening circuit stuff where they're trying to give us more purple awakening chips for the people that don't have them to catch up. The big one here is the first anniversary lottery. I talked about this before. Pretty much the way it goes is as long as you complete the lottery mission, the 1-year anniversary lottery, it's worth 5 energy, so everyone should do this. You get entered into the lottery. You only have to do it once a week. So if you want, do it once a day to be safe. But anyways, every week, random people are picked to win. The prizes are there. Very simple, lots of cool stuff. It's just doing a really simple mission. So you might as well, right? Who knows? Maybe you might win. You get a full Sokai Gundam. And the last batch here is obviously the premium material stuff, and then we get more energy refills, which I think is amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much all the new stuff that got thrown out. Yeah, I know, right, Storm? It is very nice, like all the free stuff that they're giving us here. My only pickle is the Facebook, or not face. I know it is Facebook. The Facebook giveaways where they give us either word tag chips or the attribute chips. To get a part to 6-star, you need 10 word tag chips. For attributes, though, you only need 5. So you pretty much need half the amount. The thing is, every event we're guaranteed to get like 3 to 5 attribute chips, but the word tag chips are going to be completely randomized. So as it is right now, there's no guarantee that you're ever going to actually get enough word tag chips, at least within a reasonable amount of time, to get a part to 6-star, but attribute chips, no problem. So almost every single one of these events for like giving us this, I don't know why we wouldn't pick the word tag tickets. Like, it's just such a no-brainer, really, when you think about it numbers wise. Now let me get that game booted up because we have like a minute until the patch goes up, which is great timing. What's up with the bear, guys? God, who knows? All right. Even with the banner, there's no guarantee, only ticket. But the ticket is a guarantee, right? And it's a step up, so it's going to have boosted rates. So, anyways. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. So nothing in there. So let me switch over to GBGW here. Nice. And let me just move all of my display stuff over here so I don't have to awkwardly keep looking to the left side. Perfect. I like how this is all laid out. Okay, so we're going to do the normal setup. We're going to look at the welfare, then we're going to look at the gacha suits, and then we're going to look at the pilots. Yeah. I also do want to look at those new extreme missions. Oh, right. Where's that toggle? I figured out how to get game audio going through this. Let me know if it's too loud or anything. Yeah, I completely overthought how to get audio in on this, so that's on me. Now, missions. Let's take a look and see exactly... You know what, I need to turn down the brightness a little bit. Holy crap, this is like searing my eyes. Okay. Look at the Inferno missions real quick. Come on. Skill hack. Nope. Not the button. There we go. Long shooter, supporter, middle shooter. Yeah, okay, cool. So, anyways, let us go take a look at the welfare and get this ball rolling. Okay, there's a lot more options there than there were before. So, Extreme Gundam. Let's take a look at what the Guitar Boys got. When Saber category equipped, shooting power boost. So as a welfare part, that is an amazing trait to have because it's a percent-based boost to your shot. And that would make a great subgrid edition, possibly even a front edition, because when you think about it, there's lots of good options for heads for shot, right? Ones that have over 3k shot attack and all that. Typically, though, their trait doesn't really feed into anything. What the word takes like, though? Gundam type close combat. So I'm going to say this is definitely a subgrid part for heads, like a strong contender, because it brings an amazing trait. So you really just need to get something that has good word tags and optionally good parameters. Probably good parameters. But yeah, that's actually a really good trait. Sabers are extremely common. There's some nice sabers to use in shop builds, so... Oh. That isn't new head. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the torso. Outfighter job buff. Buff EX skill effect up 15. I don't really like the EX skill buff up. It just seems weird, you know? Actually, I should probably go back and look at the stats on the extreme because I didn't really give it a good look. Yeah, I didn't really miss much. It's a welfare head. Okay, torso. Stats. That's slightly higher than average armor for a welfare chest, isn't it? Gundam type close combat again. Not that great of a torso. Arms. With speed attribute, melee power boosted. Okay, that could be a nice sub-slot for a melee machine. Pretty easy to activate speed as an attribute, and you get a pretty healthy melee boost, obviously. There's some really good contenders out there, you know, the Bale arms, the Barbados arms, the list goes on. So, food for thought. Gundam type, it does have Ace exclusive on these arms though. Useless for melee, but this is a very odd welfare suit because it doesn't seem to know if it wants to be melee centric or shot centric, you know? Ya dig? Alright, legs, what do you got? Gundam type for computers. Literally the only tag this thing is going to complete is Gundam type. Stats are what they are. Oh yeah, I totally didn't even look at the stats on the arms here. Okay, again, just like with the head, I'm not really missing much. Less than average melee attack and average shot attack for a welfare. Backpack. Paka. I think it wants to be an all-round type. Maybe. Double Saber Rush. B-. Okay, we have dozens of those. Those literally a dime a dozen skill. Gundam type for computers. Yeah, no, that's just that's like an aesthetic piece pretty much. Alright, Beam Saber. 2794, so that's like what, 23-ish? 21% chance of attacks penetrating super armor. Okay. Now this might be useful as a trade for Inferno, because I know some people have been complaining that the enemies aren't flinching. So this may be something of consideration just for the trait. But other than that, it's not really. Gundam type close combat, at least it has a close combat tag on it. Alright, Beam Rifle. Weapon reload speed? Nah. Has these exclusive though. So the guitar rifle actually has a decent word tag on it. I say a decent word tag because, you know, Gundam type's not really that great on a rifle. Art trait's not really useful, and the stat distribution on it is actually, yeah, it's a welfare beam rifle. Maybe a little higher than normal. Maybe. Alright. Extreme Tension. Strum the guitar stowed in your shield to raise your spirits. What am I reading? This is nuts. Hey Tacky, not really, just my impressions on the extreme, which is really boiled down to the head is nice, the rest of it not so much. So you heal, you get a melee and shot attack boost. Now this is actually nice. I don't think we've actually had a Welfare Awakening that has a heal attached to it on top of buffs. Granted, it's a minimal buff, but it's on a Welfare part. That's, I think, new. Obviously, it does get pushed out of competition by stronger buffs, but because you are able to EX10 this with ease, you know, it's food for thought. Unfortunately, it is only you. It's not your squads, so it's a very selfish part. But then again, I guess we're kind of entering a stage where almost everything that you need to do in high-level content is selfish, so. It's an interesting shield. I think I will EX10 this just to be on the safe side. Same with the head. Yeah. Okay, what do we got in the shop? What are our golds? Alright, so we have speed. Cool. High firepower. I need those. GM type. Don't need those. High mobility, don't really need those. Support type. Okay, and 4 base. It's an interesting selection. High firepower is one that's probably going to be in high demand, so. Oh, we get a color schema. Dude, that's how long has it been since we had one of these in the shop? What was the last one? It was like, God, I can't remember the name of the suit. It was that purple one. I can't remember the name. Legs EX skipped. There is no EX on the legs. Okay. So, with that out of the way, issue fix. Huh. Wonder what that's about. Okay, anyways, so we're done looking at the welfare. Like I said, I think the shield's a good item to pick up, same with the head. The rest of it, not so much. Maybe the beam rifle just for the Ace exclusive tag on it, but okay. Gotcha. Diantha, that sounds about right, I think. It wasn't the Zulu, it was the brighter purple one, not the dark purple. But anyways, check the capital shop. Why am I checking the capital shop? Oh, hey, skip ticket. Yeah, love those. I really need to do something about my capital. Okay, gotcha. Let's get this going. Alright, so we're gonna look at the freedom and the justice. The brand new. We'll start with the Eclipse F. Enzian, that sounds more accurate. Okay. Yo! Guys! Hold up. Hold the phone. Did they actually bring back the 80 filter? Is it just in gacha though? Did I miss it on this somehow? Extreme coin. No, I didn't. Okay, so the welfare parts still have just skip right to 99. But the parts in here, they go right to the 80 max. Yo, dude. Developers, thanks. This is great. Yeah. They listening. Okay. Let's get this going. So, 3177 shot attack, and it pushes up to 41. Cool, cool. Extreme burst. Activate your EX burst, raise your speed, raise your shot attack. So again, it's a very selfish self-buff, which is, again, perfectly fine, as a lot of the harder content, namely Inferno, is all solo. So this is fine. High firepower, long range. Healthy word tags. It could use Ace exclusive. I'm surprised it doesn't, but okay. Okie doke. You know what I do want to do? Give me a second here. I actually... where did I... here it is. I'm just bringing up a faster chat window than what I have on screen right now, because I noticed that there's a healthy amount of delay with some stuff. So just give me a moment here, guys. I'm just going to bring it up real quick. I'm still just over the moon about this 80 filter. I am so happy about that. I don't think you guys really understand. It is super hype. Super duper hype for me. Pop up chat. Okay, and set it to live. Bring it back over. Okay, we good. We good now. Okay. So, at max value, 20%, 39%, that's an extremely powerful awakening. It has high firepower, long range, so you can easily sub-slot something with Ace exclusive, and it has very healthy stats as well. Typically, like, it's rare to see a suit with more than, what, 3,300 shot attack on it? So one that's only a few hundred shy of that is perfectly acceptable to use. So, I'd say this is a pretty good part, considering it's not Sokai. It brings a lot to the table. Like, legit. Like, that's the thing. This isn't Sokai. This is a normal part. That's really good. Okay. Let's look at the torso. The Akatsuki coin drop rate is whack. Yeah, it was. Actually, I was talking to one of my subscribers, probably maybe 4-ish hours ago or so. I had 5 fingers, 4 hours ago. And me and him were talking about the Akatsuki coins. He's like, I have 9, I'm only missing 1. Should I burn all my energy refills to grind it? And I'm telling him, like, here's the thing though. You could get it in your next run, or you could get it after 50 energy refills. Is it really worth it? Right? Is there enough in the shop to warrant it and all that? I had 8 out of 10, and in my daily dumping of my energy, I actually managed to get 1, and then after a single refill, I got 1 more. So I was really lucky on the drop set for that. I managed to pull, but I just got another set of arms. I think that's like my 5th set of arms now for the Akatsuki, so I'm just going to recycle. What can you do? RNG, man. Anyways, back to this. Okay, so average melee and shot attack, average armor, cool. Well, high firepower, shooting power boosted, high firepower, long range. So this is going to be definitely a very strong suit if you lack a good torso trait or EX skill, because it brings high firepower to the table for shot machines. Again, it's not a Sokai part, so you are able to get this without much difficulty. As it has a base 17% boost, that's pretty healthy. Remember, right, high firepower gives you an extra 5%. Typically, you're going to have Ace exclusive on a shot machine too, which will yield another, what is it, 10%. So being able to add 17% to that sounds really good to me. Okay. So far, the Eclipse looks to be a very nice suit. Okay. Okay, high firepower. I should probably look at that at EX10. A plus C minus. So it's going to be a cutscene EX skill. It's going to hit like a wet noodle because D minus power. Yeah, the high firepower is nice on this. Unfortunately, it's just in a bad spot. The stats really aren't anything to write home about for a set of arms, and only really brings high firepower. The EX skill's not that great. So, aesthetics, you know? Ya diggy? Crossbones chest. Yeah. I understand. Here's the thing, right? With the way that content is going right now, you can absolutely use the crossbone chest EX skill, but there are a lot of players that don't have it because they weren't here for the event, it hasn't been rerun yet through the blueprints to reobtain it, and the list goes on, right? Whatever. So for people that don't already have an amazing option for the torso, may want this. So, like for example, me, I don't actually have the X-Bone chest. I missed it. I don't really even remember how I missed it, but I did. So for me, I will look at this. I already have a part planned though, but I think it's a good part for people that lack a good option already in there, like crossbone or things like that, right? So, okay, where did we leave off? Arms. So let's look at the legs. B plus D, physical shot. Okay. That's kind of like a pocket. It's a pocket rocket. Average stats for legs, high firepower for computers. So the only thing this really brings is his EX skill, and I think there's better options for legs available in the game right now for shot machines, so. Okay. There we go. There's the eggs of full burst. A plus C minus. Why? Okay. So, speed by 20%, shot attack up by 39%, and that's very reasonable to get because, again, it's a part you can just kind of pick. Average stats for backpack, high firepower, long range again. So, okay. The buffs on the back are good, but everything else is kind of eh. It's okay. It's a part. That's what we got. That is definitely what we got here. Oh, okay, we got more dual rifles. Nice. Well, armor 60% or more, job gauge increase boost, high firepower for computers, and the base shot attack value is 3997. Okay. So this is a cut just below top tier damage output for rifles in terms of just raw numbers. It comes with high firepower, obviously a good shot tag, for computers. That's not a good tag in most situations, like 99% of them anyways. The part trait is not good either. So this, we already have dual rifles from the Alvaron. Yeah, the Alvaron. So I would say leave them in the shop, don't really worry about them. In the future, if we get one that needs a good sub slot, there you go. You can easily get an EX10 for the full parameter carryover, and all that fun stuff. But overall, it's not really doing it for me, Chief. They look cool, but unfortunately that does not make a part. So, looking over this entire suit, the head seems to be a very amazing piece in general, has a great EX skill attached to it, selfish, but again, that's fine considering the new hard content. Half decent word tags, I say half decent because one half is good, the other half is kind of on the fence, and the torso is good for people that lack a very good option like the the crossbone one, whatever. So, not that bad, all things considered, for a standard banner. We actually have a couple of parts that are kind of above average for something that's in the standard pools. Alright, let's take a look at the Julia. They look dope. They do actually look really cool, both of these suits. Oh, this is going to be another one of those suits that doesn't properly sit on the ground. Okay. While close combat, EX skill power boosted. Get a load of this, guys. Okay. Close combat, high mobility. Okay. So, again, that looks like an amazing subgrid part. Easy to get its EX skill trait up, has a handy trait. Very easy to activate close combat on a melee machine. Downside is obviously the stat distribution is not that great, and it has high mobility, which isn't really an amazing word tag again in most situations. So I would say this is definitely something to look at potentially for a subslot. Okay, look at the torso. With power tribute, enemy EX skill power reduced by 30%. That is a very healthy part for a third person in the arena, something you want to bring on a really difficult multi-mission, things like that. Okay, you know, I'll bite. Close combat, high mobility, actually no, let's go back to here. Okay, and the stats are pretty much normal for a torso. Okay. Really, this is just for the trait. Nothing else really screams out about it, and even then the trait is something you can replicate with like a dozen other parts, so nothing unique. Close combat, high mobility again. AD, so it's going to hit like a noodle. For physical melee, you have D power. What the heck? The heck is this? Alright. Level 80 stats. It has relatively high melee attack though. Aesthetically, both of these suits are winners, but I'm kind of concerned about everything that seems to be like below the head at this point, you know? You feeling me? Okay. Whirlwind Kick, B plus B. That's a very healthy spread, actually. I wish it was B, B plus, but I'll take what we can get. Close combat for space. Okay, stat distribution is average. This is a pretty okay part. I say pretty okay loosely. If you lack a good set of legs on your melee build, this may be something for consideration. It does work as something to put into your sub slot because it does have close combat, and it does have a half decent EX skill looking at it on paper. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And the backpacks. This is just a frame. All right. Physical ranged weapon magazine boost. Nah. Close combat for space. And it has average stats. Now the backpack's a wipe. Literally the only thing on this that's even something to look at is close combat. So, no, ain't about that. Okay. Well, with both the gadget suits out of the way, both of them have an amazing, like, head. And I think the torso is really nice on the Eclipse. Again, for suits that lack a good option already. As for the Julia, not really. I think just the head is something as a standout. The rest of it's just for aesthetics. So, okay, pilots. Well, let's look at Mr. Glemy. Oh, they didn't bring it back for pilots. Man, like, you guys... Bandai Namco, you are this close to making it exactly what I need. I'm so happy you brought it back for the parts. Don't get me wrong, guys, but just make it across the board. Give it to the pilots, give it to the shop stuff. And we fucking mwah. But, for now. So he's going to be a mid shooter. He's sitting on, what, that's like 800 shot attack or something like that? After 15 seconds pass, long shot attack raised, Transformer Xeon. Okay. The part trait's not extremely useful, all things considered, because that is at EX10 and it's only a 14% modifier, but he is a 3-star, I guess, so kind of pans out. Transformer Xeon. Xeon is a serviceable word tag due to other parts feeding into it. However, Transformer, I guess there are options for that as well, but they're much rarer would be the word. And Orga, Defender. Wow, he's not a supporter, he's actually a defender. So I'm gonna spitball. He's what, 1100 on melee and shot, so he's pretty much, he's effectively Mikazuki in stats and job license. When buffed, enemy shooting power reduced by 30%. Commander and 4 urban. Okay. So the word tags are a complete write-off, but the part trait's pretty nice, again, for a support-styled suit or a defensive type, and the stats do kind of feed into it, especially with the defender tag. Okay. He's not really that great, but he's a decent option if you're looking for a utility-styled suit. Okay. We see the pilot step-up rates. Yeah, sure. Where's that silly banner? It's up here, right? Yes. Okay, drop rate. So Capsule 1, we're sitting at 5%. Capsule 2, still 5%. Capsule 3, still 5%. Okay, where's our boost? Do we not get a boost? Really? Wow. So this is a step up purely in rewards, it seems. Okay, well, I don't really know what to say about that, really. Interesting, I guess is what comes to mind. So you really are just rolling this to get the ticket to guarantee what you want. So pretty much think of it like this. You're rolling 4,500 Haro to get a pilot of your choice. I still say that's worth it, considering the amount you would normally have to spend on the pilot gacha to get what you want, even if the pilot's on rate up. But it is purely up to each individual player. I'm going to be skipping on this as I don't really need the pick ticket. I have all the pilots I really need. Like, it'd be nice to raise an EX skill by 1 or 2 levels, but I don't think it's worth that much Haro chips to me because I have enough as it is. Now, somebody also mentioned we should check the event blueprints as well, which I'm going to agree with. Let's see, what do we got? Do we got new stuff? We do. Okay, lots of new stuff in here, but these, what is going on here? What in the heck? You guys are seeing this, right? I don't recall this. I must have missed a patch note somewhere. Where the heck did we get these fragments? That's something, I'm going to assume that's something from the gacha, isn't it? What the? They didn't actually re-add the ability to view the parts at level 80, they just displayed level 80 stats because they drop at base level 80. The thing is, though, in previous patches that we've had up to this point, they did display at level 1 gold rarity. They didn't display at level 80 gold rarity. That's the difference here. So even though we still had the part gold, it was level 1 instead of level 80, meaning it was still kind of difficult to get accurate numbers. So them actually looking at that and making the preview part level 80 instead of level 1 at gold rarity is pretty much simulating what we had in the past, which is all I needed. So okay. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to obtain those fragments because it doesn't seem to be in here anywhere. That is weird. Weird. Is it something to do with that shop I kind of skipped over before? Arena coins, beginner coins. Okay, so obviously not that. Bonus coin exchange. Not that. 4-star parts exchange. Not that. Yeah, exchange, obviously not. And that. Okay, well, I'm at an absolute loss as to where to get those fragments from. They're most likely through the event achievements, then I'm going to assume, are they not? Capsule events. Scenario battle. I saw purple. Yep. Gunpla fragment. Awakening circuits. Gunpla fragment. So I guess we use the Gunpla fragments then and under blueprints. Is that what this is? All these attribute awakenings. So it's not there. Huh. Not here. Maybe it is under event and I just missed it. Items. Yeah, okay, here it is. Someone did point out say items, so and that requires the fragments, right? Okay. So that's actually pretty cool. They're letting us get 4-star parts without having to roll gacha or use our pick tickets for them, which I do appreciate. It looks like the Susanoo and the parts that were added to the blueprint shop before are still in there too, so if you haven't picked them up yet, I would recommend it. Okay, I don't really think there's much else to cover here. I talked about all those new banners already. Everything's all good. Yeah. Oh, really? So, is that the way it goes? Let's see. Archlord. Yeah, they drop at level 80. Okay. Well, end of the day, they displayed it exactly what I needed them to. I guess I can just kind of reach out again and go, hey, can you make this the standard? But I guess we'll see. Because that's really helpful when they display at level 80 gold like that. So, anyways, that's all good. Actually, you know what? I think... Oh yeah, you know what? I'll do some of these rolls on here because I have all the stuff lying around. May as well while we kind of cool down, I guess. Oh, 4 pulls and the entire Eclipse. Good job, Storm. Lucky you. Got a purple beam sword. What do we get? Okay, I'll take it, sure. Okay. And let's do my standard rolls too while I'm here. Gundam Trap Festival. Yeah, like there's lots of really cool stuff. I'm just gonna kind of sit on it and keep my Haro safe because, you know, I'm just waiting for them to drop something crazy on this month's Sokai, you know? Oops. Didn't mean to hit skip, I thought that was blue. Don't mind me, I'm just an absolute smart. Alright, blue frame, cool. 2 more. What do you mean out of the 3? Do you mean between like the 3 purple suits, the what, Earth 3, Fenice, and whatever the GPO 2? It kind of depends on the suit that you have. The Fenice legs, for example, are really nice on shot machines because it's powerful as an EX skill. However, at the same time, right, if you already have a good set of legs on your shot machine, you don't really need it. Unfortunately, this really does fall into the territory of you're going to have to make your own decision because there's really no top tier part between those 3 machines. Oh, did I have crazy noise garbage during the poll? Give me a sec here. Let me turn down the game volume. I noticed that whenever it starts peaking, the audio starts acting really, really weird. Can you recommend a 4-star AI ticket? I can't really recommend that either, unfortunately. The main reason for that is there are so many pilots in this game and each of them serve a very different purpose. Like for example, right? For me right now, if I was missing full frontal, I would totally do this banner because he gives initial EX cooldown reduction when your suit is Xeon tagged. And I've kind of built my entire suit around that fact because Kshatriya, right? Xeon. So... what arms are those? Oh, all 3. But would I recommend full frontal to other people? Not really. No, the only thing that he has that's good is his trait. His stats are average and his word tags are mediocre. But it's a situational pickup, right? There are people that need hero, right? There are people that need, lock on, things like that. I can't really recommend an AI because those are a very core aspect of your Gunpla build. And yeah, I can't just say this pilot's amazing, pick it up, it's good in all situations. I think was it Ku Araki that had like the all power boost by 1% or something like that? I guess he'd be like the most generic pick because he boosts everything. How much is the prime pool value for the Reginlaze Eclipse's 3rd step up? I'll take a look after this roll finishes. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, guys. Don't forget that the Haro Chip, I guess, festival has started. By clearing up to 300 missions, you get a total of 3,000 Haro Chips. So just me and Mika talked about it. You have to do about 7 runs a day, so 7 battles a day, and you're guaranteed to get the 300 Haro by the end, or the 3,000 Haro by the end of the event. So just make sure you play daily, and you'll get all the Haro by the end of it. There's quite a bit to get for free. And I'm done all those tickets. Cool. So, I think that's it for this. Yes, okay. And what did you want? How much is a prime pool value for the 3rd step up? Let's find out. So it has 1, 6, 6, 7, 10% total, 15% total at 2.5% each, 20% total at 3.3% each. That's actually pretty high when you think about it. Cool. And then the bonus pool, we have 27, 36, and then 91%. So on your 3rd step up roll, you're looking at a very, very high chance of getting something that's on rate up. Like ridiculously high chance at the 3rd step. In terms of the value of that, that really falls into the category of like gacha and RNG, because you could get the same part like 3 times in a row, and if it's a bad part of the machine, like that's it. You could also get the best part of the machine 3 times in a row, right? So in terms of value, considering there's only like maybe 1 or 2 parts per suit tops that I think are good, for me, this has an extremely low value, because at most, at absolute most, I have maybe a 20% chance of the 5-star part being good, a 1 in 5. That's terrible odds. So even if I have a 100% chance to get a 5-star, it's still only 20% chance to get one that I look at and go, yeah, awesome. So for me, it has a very low value to it. Will you create a video of you defeating Inferno? I mentioned this, actually, I can't remember which stream it was. I think it was my impromptu one I did before. I'm not doing the Inferno challenges because I don't like the controls that Melee have on the game. I find that playing a shooter is much more like this. I'll do the Inferno challenges for this. I will tackle them. I will attempt them. But the Inferno missions from the last batch that we had, I just skipped, because Defender, Infighter, and Outfighter, I don't really have like, I don't know. I just find the melee controls not that great for the game, personally. I think it probably has something to do with my screen protector being like screwed up pretty bad. So it doesn't really like the dragging motions. I even find a problem with that in like Sinoalis and stuff. But the shooting is fine with the tapping and whatnot. So, but anyways, I may make a video about me defeating the Inferno, probably. I might even do a live stream of me trying it and failing miserably. Who knows? Okay, well, with that, I think we're all done here. I've covered all the new content. I've looked at all the shops and the banners and all the fun things. There's really not much left for me to talk about with this patch. So, any part recommendation for Blueprint F91? I talked about the F91 in the video I did when it came live, which I think was that last week or the week before? I would go watch that video because I did actually look at all the stats and kind of break it down. Yeah, I'm not going to try to remember everything that I said back then or bring it up again, because that's just me repeating myself pretty much. So, anyways, peace out, guys. Thanks for everyone that tuned in and hung out for this. I will see you guys all in the next video. I have finished the reincarnation review. I just have to piece it all together and render it and then upload it. So the hardest part's done, I guess, is what I'm saying. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.